We have Mr. Eastern Shore Undercover, Earl Campbell, coming on the show. How you feeling tonight?
Good, man. How are you?
We're doing excellent. My name is DJ KP, Kevin Palmer. We also have, well, I don't know. He might want to keep his identity undercover like you. He's got the mask on right now.
I am the undercover civilian.
Undercover civilian over here to my right. And we have the amazingly hilarious Tyree Brown sitting in front of me.
I don't like to brag.
He's such a funny guy.
I am.
And really, out of the three guests I have on the show right now, we have some of the biggest pages on Facebook or anywhere on social media on the Eastern Shore, on the shore right now. Tyree Brown, he does crazy numbers. And this undercover civilian is actually one of the best rappers in the history of the game, especially when it comes to the Eastern Shore.
Allegedly.
Good stuff.
Share the link, everybody. Share the live. It's going to be an amazing episode. It's actually episode 90. I've done this 90 weeks in a row. And I wanted to get into a nice special interview with Eastern Shore Undercover since we have him on the show tonight. And if anyone in the chat has anything to say, definitely speak up. Don't be shy. We have Earl right here, live via Zoom. So I'm very fascinated with what you're doing with Facebook and just the success of your page. What has it been like over the past, like, how long has it been? Like 24 months, like 2 years of success for Eastern Shore Undercover?
A little over 4 years. We started in 2020.
Let me know. I'm going to give you what I understand, and then you can let me know what I got wrong and anything like that. So you were like a former police officer for Ocean City, and you just kept listening to the scanners ever since you retired, and you got a passion for these scanners, and you just post all the best stories on Facebook?
No, not really.
Okay.
So what happened was I left Ocean City back in 2011, and I didn't know what I was going to do. Left kind of spur of the moment, and went out and bought a camera. They had, I don't know if you guys remember, they had a thing called Do Tour down in Ocean City a few years back.
I remember that. Man, yeah, we screwed that up and haven't had it in a few years.
Yeah. So I bought a camera and I went out and took some pictures. And one of the guys that worked there, he sent me a message. He's like, hey, man, can I use some of your pictures on our website? And I said, yeah, sure. And he said, have you ever shot before? And I was like, man, I've been a cop for several years. I said, I've never owned a camera, more or less, been a sports photographer. And it just kept growing. And I the guy asked me, he said, hey, you want to come out and shoot some pics for me at another event? It was the MMA event. And I just started shooting and became a photographer. I did that for many years. And then COVID hit.
Wow.
And I didn't know what I was going to do. And I was like, Dan, you can't do no events when COVID's around.
Yeah, because I did have in my notes, it says you're a credentialed photographer for the NFL, the MLB, and the UFC. So you're a multi-talented dude here and a really fun job.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, good stuff, man. I had a lot of fun. It sucks doing it with a family just because, like, for the UFC stuff, all the fights, you're leaving on a Thursday. You don't get home until Sunday night. Mm-hmm. So it's tough like that when you got a family.
So is that how you built the page initially, through photography, or was it all the scanner stuff?
No, you know what happened was my daughter was moving out, and I went out and bought a little scanner. It's one of these little things here.
Okay.
Just to know if my daughter was getting herself into trouble or whatever.
Wow. She would be over police scanners? Wow.
Yeah. And I used to get the press releases because I was a photographer around here too. I did a lot of the local events.
Mm-hmm.
And I would get the press releases, and I'm like, that's not what that press release said.
Okay. So you saw a job that could be done better, and you did it.
Yeah. And I'm like, that's just not the way it is. And we got enough issues in this country that, we don't need to be spreading bad news out there. So I'm like, I'm going to start a page with just 50 people. It was a private group.
Private, okay.
I sent out 50 friend requests, and probably half of them accepted it. The other half thought I was crazy. And it just started growing. I mean, it kept growing. You just give out truth of what's really happening. And that's what people want to see.
Yeah, and for anybody who doesn't know what Eastern Shore Undercover is, just search Eastern Shore Undercover on Facebook, and here's the page right here. Yeah, as you can see, unbelievably successful. 92,000 likes, 126,000 followers.
Oh, wow.
And you post, like, how many editorials a day? What do you think? Or how many articles a day you think you post?
So now it's been cut out because, of course, the police encrypted their radios.
And we're going to get into that. It's crazy.
What?
Yeah, but prior to, I mean, I was posting upwards of 100, 150 calls a day.
Wow. And that's a lot of work. So you're earning the success, because that'll be very tedious. Tyree Brown, you got a very successful page. How many posts do you think you make a week?
I don't know about a week, but I do over 100 a month.
for us, it's not really the post that's the issue. It's the comments that come in. That's the issue.
Yeah, his comment sections are lit. Yeah, this guy's got a lot on his table, Earl does, because some of these comments are really off the wall, and he's got to ban people and bring them back in, and that's part of the fun with his page. So everybody, go like Eastern Shore Undercover right now. But I feel like everyone already has on the shore. Like, the page is absolutely huge, man.
Yeah, it's probably the biggest
funny, man,
page on the Eastern Shore.
Oh, yeah, it's the biggest. It's the biggest.
Yeah, it's funny. The other night you had it up on your page there. It was there was 3 girls that were in a vehicle. They were flashing people.
Yeah, I actually had that one pulled up
at nighttime. My wife does all the comments because I can't handle them. I get so annoyed with some of the comments, and it's like it blew up quick.
Yeah, I actually got it pulled up on my page right now. Look at that. This is some of the gold you're gonna get when you follow Eastern Shore Undercover. So this came over a police scanner, and it says 3 ladies in a vehicle flashing others. Route 113.
Is your page like in real time?
It's about a 10 to 15 minute delay, depending upon what it is. Really, I mean, if it's something's gonna put you and your family in danger, I'll hold off for a little while longer, just because you don't want to get anybody hurt by posting stuff.
Yeah.
But it depends what it is. Like, if there's a motor vehicle crash, and like down in Princess Anne, them roads, you'll be sitting in traffic for hours.
Yeah.
So we'll post them a little quicker than we do the other stuff.
But back in the good old days of your page, you got to post as quickly as you wanted to. And then, like, the local government seems to really be on your ass about, like, you can't post certain things because you're putting officers in danger. And it really kind of blows my mind, because you're just a personal Facebook page. As long as you're obeying the policies of Facebook, shouldn't anything you do be fine?
I thought so.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy about that, man? So, 4 years ago, I reached out to everybody that was going to start this page, and I said, look, I'm going to start this. Anybody's got a problem with it, let me know ahead of time. Don't complain about it. Just tell me what you want me to fix, and I'll fix it. Nobody had any issues. It was all, flowers and roses, and everybody loved it. And then once it started gaining some steam and some popularity, then everybody's got a problem with it.
Yeah.
And it's like,
it's jealousy, bro. It's jealousy.
Yeah. I attributed to that, and people just don't like to see other people succeed.
Yeah, because you got a successful
it's sad.
page.
It's a sad world. Like, when you reached out to me, I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll do anything. If I can help somebody out, I'll do it.
Yeah, you're being real kind to me, so I like you.
Maybe like 4 days ago, right? I posted a picture of Ku Klux Klan or whatever, the KKK.
Oh, the neo.
I saw that post.
March.
I saw that post.
It got deleted, right?
Wait, you said it was in downtown Salisbury, right? Was that true? No, that wasn't true, right?
No.
Yeah, that couldn't have been true.
It was in Harrisburg,
PA.
So were you trolling or were you fooled?
So when I saw the bricks, I was like, oh wow! Like, when I first saw it, I was like, oh wow, Salisbury. It got like 200,000 tractions or whatever it is, and then they said it was like a hate group. So I'm like, I don't know what they're doing. They're marching for their right. Like, it's a right to speak how you want to speak, say what you want to say. So why should that be banned? My mindset is this, right? Say what you want to say. Let me see who you really are.
Well, I'll tell you one thing with Facebook. Facebook's really, really, really picky too, man. They take down a lot of stuff. I don't know about your pages, but like, if you get monetized on Facebook,
I'm monetized, yeah.
They'll take it down real quick.
Real fast.
I mean, I shared something the other day, and I got a penalty for it. Like, they literally demonetized me for like 2 weeks because I shared something from a police department page.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think it's something about your page. No
I think it's something about your page in particular, because literally 15 minutes ago, I tried to make a post 3 times promoting this show, and Facebook took it down 3 times in a row. I had to keep changing it and changing it and changing it. And all I did was tag you and said, we're going live with Eastern Shore Undercover, and we have a poll, vote in our poll. And I just posted the poll in the comments, so everybody hop on the poll and give us your opinion, because what the poll is asking is, should police scanners be open to the public? Either no, it's going to put officers in danger, or yes, the transparency keeps the whole public.
So, a lot of people like think that like I'm all against this encryption, and I think there's a way to do it without taking the rights away from the people.
You have been very agreeable, and you've been working with them a little bit with what's her name, the county executive,
Julie Giordano. I think they can encrypt the channels for stuff that they need. So like if they're serving search warrants and they're doing stuff where there's a hostage situation, that's where the encryption comes in. You don't want to get nobody hurt. So that's a good usage of it. Mm-hmm. But for 3 young ladies in a vehicle that are flashing their titties, I mean, it just Ain't
The people
no
need to know
reason
that.
for it.
Yeah, and real quick, our chat is going crazy right now. We got someone in the chat saying, "What street was that girl's flashing people on?" Just wondering. Don't go nowhere near that street.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny too? Like I'll get pictures of every single accident in Salisbury, literally within 5 minutes of it happening. But let something like that happen, and I don't get no pictures. No love for Earl.
See what I'm saying?
No pics for you, huh?
Okay, so
No
I have a hard hitting question, right?
Sure.
So my community says that you're racist.
I mean, there's a lot of haters
Yeah, I
on
hear
this
it all the
guy.
time.
Oh wait, so they say that you delete. I'm just giving you an example. I don't know if this happened or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So let's say like somebody gets shot and killed or whatever the case is, right? And let's say a black person did it or whatever, and then somebody might say, yeah, he's deserved to get locked up or whatever, and then the black person say he didn't do it, and then you would delete the black person's comment. You would allow the white person comment to maintain. What do you have to say about that?
So a lot of people say that, and a lot of people, and I always tell people, if you think that, we should sit down to lunch and let me open up my books and show you. I have more white people banned from my page than I have black people.
We actually
I mean, it's just
we
the
have
way it
someone in
is.
the chat right now saying I am banned currently from his page.
Yeah.
Toby Hewitt.
And
Toby Hewitt.
Here's what I'll tell you. I can only do but so much. And, you know, Facebook really ties your hands of what you can and can't do. I put policies out there, say, look, no race talk on my page, period. Because race issues ain't going to be solved on social media. Ain't going to happen. You know, it's just the way it is. Yeah. And, you know, we had, like, my wife, her biggest thing is, like, you know, and this is nothing against anybody, but, like, you know, we had a guy the other day, he had a hairdo, and it was a black man. And people were on there saying stuff like, well, you look at that hair and you can figure who it was. They get deleted instantly. There's no second guesses. They're gone.
Yeah, you got a strict page.
I don't want that stuff on my page.
Yeah.
But people don't see that. And unfortunately, what happens is, like, just to give an example, last week we do 7 million engagements for the week.
For a week.
So sometimes, So sometimes it'll be up there for like a minute or two.
Yeah, because you're one man trying to manage this page. And I think it's ridiculous, the accusations that go against you sometimes, because clearly you are just putting scanners into text format.
I also heard from black people that said that, you know, when somebody had a funeral, a black person had a funeral, and like you helped fund that as well. So it's like, I don't know.
I'll tell you this.
Yeah. My
mouth gets me in more trouble than anything, because like people come on the page and they'll say stuff, you know, like, well, you know, you're against the black community. And I'm very vocal. I'll say, well, what have you done for the black community? Because I can show you everything that I've done. I've buried 8 kids in the last 2 years. And, you know, people call me and say, hey, Mr. Earl, I need food. I ain't got food. Me and my wife get in the car and drive down and give it to them.
Man.
You know, there's people that got hit by cars and we've done stuff for them. And I mean, I can go on and on and on. And, you know, anybody that knows me knows that I'm not racist at all. So I just feel like I don't have to defend myself to people, because then if you do that, you're just walking down a slippery slope and you're like, you're defending yourself. And you're making reasons for this and that. You know, my actions speak more than anything.
Absolutely.
I understand you. I hear you. As a black man from a black community, the West Side, right? Well, I don't know your page, but I understand what it is, right? When somebody black sees it and then they see, yeah, he should get 50 years or whatever it is. I don't know, but they only see that part and they don't see their part. It feels like the entitlement is bestowed upon the entitled, which is white people. I'm not political at all, right? I'm not like, oh, he's racist. Because I really, if you look on my page, you'll see, I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah.
I want this all, because I'm from the Eastern Shore. I want all the Eastern Shore to come together, right?
Yeah.
But if there's some divisiveness, I want you, I'm championing you, and I'm telling you, I want you at a community that represents black people. I want you to come and just explain yourself. You're a community leader. I want you to come and explain yourself and explain your page so that people understand, like, man, he not against us.
It's kind of what we're doing right now in a little bit, you know. I think it's great stuff. That's why we have a nice live show right here. And we got some
And
comments
I'll
who are asking
definitely, you let me
questions.
know when. You can shoot me a message and I'll come out to any meeting.
Say less.
Yeah, he's real down to earth, guys. Just shoot him a message. Get to
Yeah.
know the guy.
So when somebody said when the lady said, man, he helped somebody with a funeral, I was like, man, racists don't do that.
Yeah.
They don't do that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like,
You know what it is too, and I admit it. I mean, my mouth gets me in so much trouble more than anything. Like there was a young lady that got on the page and she said, the last 4 people that you posted on your on the website, they were all a black man. And I'm like, well, that's what the sheriff's department sent over to
It's
me. I don't
literally a
control
police
that.
scanner. Yeah, it's a police scanner.
Yeah, I'm like, well, no, this was a press release. These are press releases
Oh,
with
okay.
pictures. And I'm like, well, I don't control that, And she said, well, why don't you put white people? And I said, well, go find me some that get arrested and I'll post them. I'm like, I need all the help I can get. She didn't like that, and it went south from there.
Yeah, I'm sure that happens a lot for you. And we have some questions in the comments right now, actually. Troy Cash, he asks, have you ever considered not deleting any comments and just letting it fly?
Man, that would make my life so much easier. You have no idea how much that would make my life easier. Unfortunately, if I do that, then people think I'm a racist and I allow that stuff on the page. So it's like, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
Yeah, kind of. And we
I kind of try to get rid of everything. Facebook's great about like AI with, hiding some of the comments.
Dominic Killman, he says he hates the dirt bikes.
So here's my thing with dirt bikes. I put up a post today. So yesterday, I don't know, day before yesterday, somebody was riding around, large group of dirt bikes. And what has happened is, man, our page has turned into people think we know everything. We can solve everything and we can do everything. So they start messaging us when they see these dirt bikes. And I'm like, stop messaging us. We can't do anything about it. I'm not the police.
Yeah, a lot of people think you were literally the police.
I thought
Yes.
I thought that it was coming from the police. I didn't know that it was a person. Like when you posted, I'm like, oh, that's a human. That's a person.
He's a real man. He's a real
I
man.
didn't know. I had no idea.
And we got DJ Magellan on the comments saying that Earl is an Ocean City legend. All right.
Thank you.
Shout out to Magellan.
Man, Ocean City is a bad place.
And back to kind of what I was really curious about is just the fact that the city is so on your ass about this, because you are just a personal Facebook page. And I actually went down a rabbit hole today. I was watching your podcast, and you were telling us to go watch the PAC 14 city council stuff. And I pulled up some clips, because a lot of people might not know this, but Sheriff Lewis is kind of after you a little bit.
Oh,
and I want to post up some clips for everyone to see, and then maybe you can just comment on them later.
On a daily basis, Earl Campbell makes it very clear on his blog, if you don't like what I post, it's simple, just unfollow me. I will post what I want to post. This is my site.
Isn't that so
ESU
childish?
historically censors your comments and brags about it and blocks people who disagree with him on anything, and is quick to tell you he would do the same.
But isn't that my right?
From a
One
person
way.
that is now in business with Wycomico County.
And just the way he's saying that, it is your page, and you can do whatever you want with it. And he's saying it like it's some smoking gun thing that's going to get you shut down. I mean, I don't really get it. I really don't get it. And
you know what I don't get neither? And you guys both have big pages. I don't know if you guys go through it as well, but like I'm like the easiest guy to get along with. If you don't like my page, you don't like what I do, then just don't follow it. And that's all I say all the time. It's not very difficult. If I don't like Domino's Pizza, I don't go to Domino's Pizza.
Easy.
If I don't like Burger King, I go to Wendy's.
But yeah, just the way you said it, this is my page, and I will, well, it literally is your page. And then,
Well, you know what's funny too, KP?
yeah,
You said it when he started this. You said, Mr. Eastern Shore Undercover. There's a spot in there where he complains about it.
I got it right here for you, bro. I think it's a really funny spot too. Check this out, everybody.
To a private citizen such as Earl Campbell, who frequently refers to himself as, quote, Mr. Eastern Shore Undercover.
Oh, he got you there.
Unquote, who has zero oversight by anyone.
That is crazy. Like, he really thinks he's got you there.
Well,
I think it'd be great if you called yourself Mr. Eastern Shore Undercover. I think it'd be amazing.
No, here it is.
Like,
He
is it
said-
against the law?
No.
He says he's a private citizen who has zero oversight. He's a private citizen. He should have zero oversight.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you.
I thought
Thank you.
I thought he said zero overbite. He's jealous of your ability to eat. I think that I find it low key hilarious that the police take issue with information getting to the public.
Yeah, because it's really about
Facts,
privacy
though.
or
Facts.
transparency. Privacy or transparency.
That's a fact.
Because I know a dude that gave some public information to the police, and they loved him. They gave him a sandwich. Usually, the
He's
police
chilling.
love information. In this situation, they seem to hate information, which I find astonishing.
Yeah, it's really weird, man. Like, so, do you have any like truly bad blood towards Sheriff Lewis?
No.
You know, man,
Say no.
I did in the beginning. Now,
no.
yeah,
Say
I
no.
do.
It's got to be getting
I'm
there, right?
I'm not
Say
gonna
no.
lie.
Say no.
You are literally just a Facebook page,
Leave
and they're
them
making
people
you
alone.
out to be public
Pay
enemy
all your
number
taxes
one
if you say yes.
Yes.
in every single city council meeting.
Yep.
If you pay all your taxes, make sure that
I pay
your
my taxes
lawn
every
is
year.
okay. Make sure your grass is cut properly. Make sure that
That's
your
right.
They gonna send an HOA after.
all that shit.
Because Sheriff Lewis is pretty big. He's on Fox
Leave that
News
man
and stuff
alone.
like that.
He went to Columbia.
Bro,
He did.
he's
Leave
on
him
I see him
alone.
on national TV.
Yeah, he has a statue in Salisbury.
And
somewhere.
I got a few more clips to play because I'm just kind of mind blown by this. And check out this one guy talking about you.
You're responsible.
Yeah, and you said you were dumbfounded as well. I couldn't believe it when I first heard it. I don't know how anyone can subject the citizens of Wycomico County and the deputies.
They're talking about Eastern Shore Undercover.
To one individual and his discretion as to how he chooses to responsibly deal with such,
He's
sensitive information.
posting about blogs. I don't get
What
it.
if a mistake's made? What do you do? I mean, there's no accountability for this individual. He's not even an employee of
He's
Wycomico
a
County.
regular citizen.
So,
They
again,
talking
very
about him like he's
dumbfounded,
Iron
reckless.
Man.
I think,
Yeah, like
That's what I was just about to say. It's
He's
like
the
you're an
president
X-Man.
or something.
His
Like-
power is too high.
Yeah.
We can't defeat him. You
He's
know?
a regular citizen posting about whatever he sees. Like why are y'all wasting your breath? I need 6 and 8. Like, leave. Man. What are you doing?
Because they really talk about you in every city council meeting, don't they?
I don't get that stuff.
Oh, I turned you down. My
Somebody
bad.
said it the other day. They said, there's homeless on every corner. There's shootings in Salisbury. How about we worry about that stuff and not, a Facebook page?
Yeah, because there is a debate to be had, and I have posted the link, so hopefully people have been voting because I want to see what everyone says about this. What's more important, privacy or transparency when it comes to citizens and police officers? Let's start with the undercover citizen here.
I think that it's a slippery slope. I think that the public has a right to know what's happening in their community, and if this page allows and creates a space for them to be informed and know what's going on and doesn't put anybody in danger, I can't think of an instance or a situation where it puts officers or
I was thinking the same
responders
thing, man.
in any type of tricky situation. I think that they're using coded language just to silence him because
and I think
he's
you're perfectly
using his
right.
voice
That just sounds good.
using his voice to inform the public in a manner that they don't have control over a narrative. If there is a situation that they want to spin a certain way,
That was heavy.
he gives the public the information in a matter of fact fashion that allows the
In a fast.
It's really
too.
not subjective.
Fast.
It's more objective. But I think you're right when you said that because I can think of many instances that would make the public safer, but I can't think of many instances that would put police officers in danger. Like, for instance, if there was a axe-wielding maniac running down my street right now, you would post about it, and I'd lock my doors. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I can't think of a situation where, like, you would post, I don't know, like the address of a officer's home or something like that. Like, what would you do?
I think talking
Weird.
about situations where if let's say an active bank robbery was taking place and he posted where police are setting up or something. You know what I mean?
Okay,
in
that's
a
a for
situation like
instance,
that. I
yeah.
could see that, but
Yeah.
I don't because I don't recall a situation. I don't recall.
Yeah, that probably wouldn't
happen.
happen. That probably wouldn't happen.
For me, like putting police in harm's way, and I'm a tax-paying citizen, therefore I pay the police. Like you said, like a bank robber is right here. The bank robbers can hear it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Or follow the page or
yeah.
something. Like,
Wait a minute. Let's look. I'm about to rob this bank. Let's look on Eastern Shore Undercover and make sure he ain't saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's like that way. Like,
I think they're using coded language just to disguise the fact that they're not happy with the fact that they don't have control over narrative when the information is being objectively given to the public.
yeah. That's
If you ask me,
that's on point.
That's just what it sounds like.
They don't like the fact that whatever narrative they want, the reality is whatever he says. So it's not like they can't spin the narrative to their way. Now, for my community, your community, Mr. Undercover, is we don't like, and I'm speaking specifically for my community, we don't like when it feels racist when white people say, like when he posts this, I don't know, but this person got life, right? But he doesn't know why that person did whatever they did, and then he just posted, and then these white people come on there and says, yeah, thank you for doing your job.
Yeah,
right?
I think
so.
Yeah, I don't see what's wrong with that though. Because a crime's a crime.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Right. I'm coming from a community that understands that if you break into my house, if you do something to my family, if you try to take something from me, if you are chasing me, and I, you know what I mean? That's what it is. But now I get life for that, and then he posted. He just posted what actually happened. He posts the facts of what actually happened, right? And now the comment says, thank you for giving him this sentence, right? But you don't understand that he, in our eyes, he shouldn't have got that, right? And then he keeps those thank yous, but he deletes those, this was my brother. This was my sister. This is my cousin. I know him. And he deletes those. They feel like he's racist for doing that.
And yeah, I don't agree with that, but you are right. That does happen on his page a lot.
That's what I'm saying.
Enable racist. So what the thing about information is it's a double-edged sword. So what I mean by that is the same way that we can say that the government is not happy with this information being available because they don't have the ability to spin a narrative. You have another group on the other side of that information who's not happy because he's not giving the context or narrative with the information. The information is the information. What people do with that's of their own doing. Now, when it comes to comments, what people also fail to realize is that Google is monitored by AIs.
That's a thing. Yeah.
If
they don't understand that part.
If you comment,
he might not even delete it.
If you comment, fuck all y'all racist, that's my fucking brother.
That's deleted.
Your comment's gonna come
and
down.
He didn't even do
not by him. It's gonna come down.
Not by me, by Facebook.
Okay.
That's a good point. They don't understand.
People don't realize that. They don't understand how algorithms and AI
They don't understand that part.
Will pull those comments down and delete them from the platform.
Right. So I'm just giving the feeling of it though. So people who aren't in depth, who don't understand, we understand it, right? He understands it too because he runs the biggest page. But they don't understand that he might not even deleted that. Like somebody says, a white person says, he got what he deserved, right? And then a black person says, man, bleep, that's my bleeping brother. He don't even have to delete that.
Yeah, it could just be
because if he doesn't delete that, or if the algorithm doesn't delete that, you know what he gets?
AI is going to delete it.
Not only that, right? Because I run a monetized page. He's going to get, when he looks on his monetization joint and see how much money he made, it's going to be a red flag thing that says, you're under violation. Yeah, man, you got to get rid of that in order for this to go. So sometimes a whole post will have to get deleted in order for his monetization to go, because he's feeding his family off of this. His whole monetization has to go from that. So that's why you'll see me post and then I delete. And where'd it go? I had to delete that, brother.
Yeah, that's actually a good point, Earl. Is that a big problem for you? Right. Is that a big problem for you, like getting maybe your post flagged by Facebook and then maybe they take a chunk of cash from you or something like that?
More comments than anything, because I'm very careful with what I post. But the comments, like people's comments, get deleted by Facebook, and I get blamed for it. Like I didn't even see the comment.
That's a good point. I never thought of that.
She's yelling at me. She's yelling about me deleting her comment. I'm like, ma'am, I don't see any comment that you posted.
They don't even know that part, right? Let's say he posts a car crash here, right? Whatever it is, right? And it has, let's say, 100 comments, right? So you have to go to that what's that thing where it says like most significant? I don't know what it says. It says something.
Yeah, most relevant.
Just to see all of them.
Oh yeah.
But he's busy. He only has 30 notifications on his Facebook. But I'm just saying, as a content creator who has a lot of content going on, you don't see everything. You don't see everything. Yeah. He cannot, and I'm telling you, as a black person from a black community, he cannot see everything on his page. The only thing that I have to say is it feels like, from my community, it feels like our comments get deleted. People feel like the racist white people's comments stay. So it feels like he is enabling that thing. But I'm telling you, from when I said, okay, I'm interviewing with this guy, I don't know and this stuff. And then they say, man, he helped fund funerals, backpack. He helped do this thing. How can he not? I promise you.
The evidence is too much. I mean, this man is no racist. He's not enabling people.
What you were talking about with the like with the posts, like somebody getting 50 years or something. I'll give you an example. The other day we posted two people the same day. One was a black man, one was a white man. The black man got 50 years, the white man got 40 years, but they were different crimes. One of them was a shooting where he shot somebody, I think in the neck or in the back or somewhere like that. And the other guy was, I don't remember what it was. I think it was molested a kid. So like when we get stuff like that on the page, like you'll see it. People will say they should have buried that guy underneath the jail. And, and that's a white man. And it's no different to me. It's all the same. Like they're all articles to me. So I can't change what that judge gives somebody. That's not me.
Yeah.
That's the judge. I don't have any control over that. But people don't look at it from that aspect. They just look at it from, well,
a lot of times people live in a silo, especially online. Like people exist in silos and they only see.
Yeah. They'll be either team white or team black. And really you should just be a citizen and be team.
Yes.
So we live on the eastern shore of Maryland. I'm going to give you a little bit of history, right? The eastern shore of Maryland and Virginia, right? These were some of the ports that brought slaves in, right? There's a mentality, right, against us that we are beneath. Then there's a systematic racism component that exists to this day, right, that we have to fight against. So when we see comments that are being deleted, and then we see comments that are being against our people that we know. We know little John, we know little Boo, we know little Tyree, we know little Mac. We know these people, right?
I don't know that person.
Yeah, we know these people.
Like, why relate to a criminal so much, though? You know what I mean?
I'm going to tell you why. Because this is the element that we grew from. So we are disenfranchised people. I'm going to tell you, this is real. We are disenfranchised. From birth, my skin is my sin. This is not related to you. This is not related to Mr. Undercover, right? This is indoctrinated from the system that we grew up in. This is a fact. So when we see these things and when we see this unjust against our people, we feel like we have to speak out. And then we feel like this page is helping these, but it's not his fault. I'm telling everybody, it's not his fault.
Yeah, like what injustices are you referring to? Just reporting crimes?
No.
Yeah.
So that's what you see, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's fair.
Yeah.
Very fair. Very fair. What we see a comment from my sister when I get locked up for murder. And we see somebody say, he deserved to be locked up for that. But my sister and my cousin and my baby mom, we see that they understand why I did it. I did it because I was protecting my children. And this is not what happened. I'm just saying.
Yeah, hypothetical.
Right? Hypothetical, right? We see that. And then we see, justice is served. Justice is served. Justice is served. Because we come from a community that pits us against each other, right? So my community feels unjust when they go on the page and then they see deleted comments, not understanding the algorithm, not understanding how it works. You understand what I'm saying? They don't understand that man ain't do that. He's just reporting what was seen.
So let me ask you something real quick.
Okay, talk.
And this happens often. I mean, this happens a lot. So you have an incident where, let's say, a black man shoots another black man.
Okay.
And the black man's family that was shot, they're destroyed. They're devastated. They lost a loved one.
Absolutely.
So you have those people come on the page and they're, fighting back and forth, going against each other. How do I handle that? So what I do is I just get rid of all of them and say, look, just think of the, two families are both lost their loved ones because one's going to jail and one they're never going to see again.
You're not wrong.
So that creates a lot of issues on the page. And it's a no-win situation for me because if I take down the page, the comments from the family that lost their loved one, they're going to hate me. And if I take down the page from the comments from the other one, they're going to say that's not right because it's, they're right to say what they want. It's like,
so
what do you do?
So let me tell you what you do. You know what you do? Keep doing what you're doing.
You're doing great, bro.
Don't stop. Listen, right? When I posted the KKK was in Maryland, but it was really in Harrisburg, you don't stop. You keep doing what you're doing. But understand this. There's going to be friction. There's going to be pushback. I feel like you should let people do what they do. And people like, man, you're a punk. Man, you
should let people
So
reveal
like
themselves.
my natural old street self is like, oh, you said that to my face. Man, go ahead. Keep saying it. Because you helping me.
I'll say this, and I feel similarly, but I feel differently at the same time.
Talk to me.
I think that a lot of the issue that we face in our community, especially in the online space and when it comes to our voice and how we use it, is that sometimes we give the wrong things too much power. The only reason why racists have power on the internet is because we allow them to have power. What them people are saying and what they got going on don't have nothing to do with our outlook. I know why Lil Day did that. You feel what I'm saying? That's my folks. So understanding and educating ourselves on how these platforms work, what they there for, it's there for the information. No homo is eat the meat and spit out the bones. You know what I'm saying? Take the information for what it is and keep it pushing. There's people that's going to be on there speaking however they choose to speak, and like I agree that people should be able to say what they want so that I'm able to see you, that I'm able to see who you are and see, I know what you're about, so I know to avoid you.
That's a good point, man. I feel the same way.
I think it's best for us as our people to educate and elevate ourselves, that we understand it like, them people. That's
the key.
Them people is where they at. So I know how to maneuver around that. If my brother did something, for one, if my brother do something, I'm not playing the internet. You know what I'm saying? But I do understand people lose loved ones, and that's a hard thing to deal with. But then on the internet, you going back and forth with people, and like that shit is not productive. And sometimes that when we going through hardship and when we going through trouble, the last 400 years as a race of people and as a culture, that sometimes what you would call it like a straw man, like this finding some other thing like. This is the real issue, but we arguing this side issue about who's doing and who's saying what. Let them people exist and say what they want in their space and not be so caught up in, because this platform is here to get the information. Now we got the information. Now let's figure out how it is best for us to move forward, because them people going to be who the fuck they is. You feel what I'm saying? And then there's nothing that we can do about them, but there's stuff that we can do about us. One of my issues with us is that we don't know how to. This feels crazy having this conversation in front of two white people, but we don't know how to unionize and mobilize, but we know how to vocalize, and we'll vocalize. Niggas will vocalize. Niggas will get on the internet and be
problem.
Hurt.
They're problematic, not solution oriented.
Even the comments against what Eastern Shore Undercover does from some of the folks that look like us, what we'll think. Because we got 5-10 comments, we like, damn, that's what this page is all about. When really they just a vocal minority. You feel what I'm saying?
Facts.
He doing 7 million impressions a week.
So in the hypothetical where a guy murders somebody in this community, and then a commenter says, "Good, I'm glad they're off the street," does that offend you guys? If the person is black?
No.
Okay.
Personally, no.
No. If the person is white, it does. You know why? You're not from here. So if I was to go to your community, which you won't be able to understand, you know why? You was born with a privilege. The privilege is your skin, right? So if I was to go to your community and say something about your community, it won't affect you. You know why? Because you have that privilege. We don't have that privilege. I promise you, we don't have the privilege to say this is right or this is wrong. However, what I will say is, if we all educate the internet, and y'all gonna hate when I say this, but it's real. Eastern Shore Undercover, Tyree
I'm
Brown,
listening.
Kevin Palmer.
Oh yeah.
No, not because he's a rapper, right?
Undercover citizen.
We will not get the money that we're getting if we let them know the truth. The truth is, we are pandering to the things that you don't like and the things that you like.
Well, yeah.
That's the truth. The truth is, I say this person is ugly. I say, what's her name? Jennifer Lopez is too old to post her
Posting
ass.
booty pics. Yeah.
Do I really think that?
You don't care. No,
I really think that?
I think that is part of engagement culture in the internet.
Yeah.
It almost
There's definitely trolls out there.
it monetizes pandering, and
Yeah.
you know, so
That's the truth.
and being divisive does have it. You had,
But
those benefits.
if you just put, so if you put the information out there without context and let people, because I'm older than everybody, maybe besides him, right? I grew up.
He just called me old.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like,
he kind of pushed it back a little bit.
I'm just saying, right? I grew up in the age before the internet, when you had to see stuff in real time. The internet don't understand reality. Reality is the perception of what's actual, right? So they just see it, and they're real. So they see me say that and think that I believe that. Right.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to get too into this because we could probably be talking about this all night. I know Earl's a very busy man, so I kind of want to
appreciate him too.
Get it back over to Mike Lewis a little bit and get back to our question. What's more important?
What you talking about?
Privacy or transparency?
Leave Mike alone.
And I got one more clip from Mike
you
right
in them
here.
Streets, leave Mike alone.
When most people call the sheriff's office an emergency response, they do so because they're having a bad day. They need us. They've either been victimized, they've been in a car wreck, or they've made a horrible decision. What they don't need is someone sitting behind a keyboard exploiting their private lives. Their privacy means something to me and to my fellow sheriffs seated at this table. We strive to uphold their dignity and to respect the privacy of our citizens.
I ain't gonna lie. He might be talking some bullshit.
He's lying.
But he's spitting though. He was cooking in that.
Dude, the way he's talking.
Yeah, but he's
the way
lying.
he's talking. Yeah.
So here's what I'll tell you guys.
Yeah.
There's 3 of you guys there, and I'll beg you, all 3 of you, is to go on my page, pick any day you want, and find one person on a regular post that ain't a press release, a website, a regular post where I violated somebody's privacy. I don't give the address, I don't give their names, and I don't give any information about them. So that's all just BS to me. He's just rambling off the gums.
Yeah, because it's not only what he's saying, it's how he's saying it.
Yeah, that's why I said the presentation. He's cooking. He practiced.
He's making it personal.
No,
Like,
but who is he pandering to? He's not pandering to 40s and 30s. He's pandering to like 50s and 60 people. People that don't really.
He's fear mongering.
Watch. Yeah, it's like
fear-mongering.
He's not pandering to people that watch what is going on. He's pandering to people who probably don't really have an internet that much.
Fox News people.
He follows the page. He follows my page.
Absolutely, he does. He follows me. He know who I am.
Yeah.
I promise you, he knows who I am. He knows.
So, what is your
know
official
that.
stance when it comes to privacy versus transparency?
Well, privacy isn't an issue at all because, well, first of all, that's a policy issue. If they're so worried about people's information being put out over the airways, you get a different channel. You have somebody that flips off that channel. That's how we did it in Ocean City. It was called Channel 4. So if you're going to run somebody's date of birth and their name and their social security card, Goes on a different channel that no one else can hear. Problem solved. Where's their privacy issue at?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't want to hear that. Man. That's not what they want to hear. And this all comes down to, look, he said, I can't stand politics, man. It's the ugliest creature in the world. And right now, that's what the whole thing is. There's 126,000 people on that page, and they know that an election's coming.
So when's the next time you will be in person at one of these city council meetings? Do you ever do that? Have you ever done it?
I have been going to all of them, but the last couple one I've stayed away from because I'm probably going to end up in jail if I go there.
Oh, my God. Next time you go, let me know, because I want to be in the audience.
Would you post yourself?
What's that?
Would you post yourself?
Oh, good question.
I did. I got a speeding ticket and I posted it. I had to be honest.
That's a great question.
I was doing I think it was 71 and a 55, and they got me.
Did you just put Earl Campbell and let everyone else figure it out, or did you say I got a speeding ticket?
Nah, I put a picture of the ticket, and I put a picture of me getting pulled over and my wife yelling at me.
Man, that's a long rap sheet. Can I say something?
His name is Earl Campbell. Hold on. Don't say that. No, none of y'all. Neither one of y'all say nothing. Do you know who Earl Campbell was?
Earl Campbell.
You don't know who he was.
I know. I kind of know.
He knows, but y'all. Earl Campbell is one of the greatest running backs of all time.
Yes. You want to see something funny? I have an Earl Campbell photography page on Facebook.
Yeah.
People go in there all the time, and they'll put up sports cards and say, if I send this to you, will you sign it?
Wow.
And I kind of feel bad. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, send it to me. I'll sign it.
Take that money, man. Say $5,000. I got you,
bro,
man.
A white man named Earl is crazy.
Yeah, I've said I'm actually super surprised that your name is Earl.
Earl Campbell, man.
Earl, bro.
He posted that up on his page. Everyone thought I was a black guy. Yep.
Earl Campbell.
Earl Campbell's great.
And I got one more clip to post because, I mean, I really enjoyed watching the city council stuff. It was so hilarious if you watch it in the right mindset, because the way Mike Lewis is talking about you, it's like you did something truly bad. But now here's another clip that I want to get your opinion on, because I don't know much about it. Well, I'll just play and then I'll get your opinion.
The Attorney General made it clear that the county executive does not have the right to disseminate Sheriff's Office encrypted communications to anyone, let alone a Facebook blogger. That is proprietary information that falls beneath the purview of the Sheriff's Office.
Oh, yeah, and then I got one more after that. Then I got this one, too.
The county executive is enabling and providing Earl Campbell and ESU with a steady cash flow. It's unquestionable. It's a steady cash flow that she is complicit in. And all it took was a $3,500 campaign donation from Earl Campbell and Eastern Shore Undercover to seal the deal. To date, this is the largest single campaign donation made to the, quote, friends to elect Julie Giordano, unquote.
So what is he saying there? Is Julie paying you? Is she getting you paid with the page? What's happening there?
I wish.
I mean, that's like that's a pretty big accusation, isn't it?
It is a really big accusation. So here's the whole gist with that. So I launched the new website, back in January, February. I don't know where it was at, beginning of the year sometime. And I saw that Julie was having a special down at, it was a group Evo down there in Salisbury.
Great spot.
So I sent her a message and I said, hey, can I help sponsor? I suck at sales. I suck at advertising. Man, I can't do it. But that's how you keep your websites going. So I had to get some way of getting advertising on there. So I figured that was a great way. There's going to be all business people there. That's all it was for business owners in Salisbury. So I sponsored it. Not only did I sponsor it, Evo sponsored it. There was like 7 or 8 different people that sponsored it. But he just picked me out and said, he bribery. And then it's like, oh my God.
Yeah, they're calling it bribery. So you just sponsored an event. I mean, you're paying for funerals, you're sponsoring events. You seem like a great, community guy, community fella. And they're spinning it in this way that's crazy. But then I was also watching your podcast and you dropped a bomb. You said that you got some financial statements from the city. I don't know how it works, but you said that Sheriff Lewis, he went to multiple locations on Valentine's Day on the county's dime.
Yes, he absolutely
did. And had like
did.
2 dinners paid for.
Yes, he absolutely did.
That's crazy.
Yeah, on the taxpayer dollar.
2 Valentine's Day dinners on taxpayer dollars.
Yeah,
we pay for that.
Yep.
What does he have? Like a credit card?
He's got a county credit card.
What?
And I literally have every single month for the 2023 and 2024, and it would blow your mind if you see some of the charges that are on there that we pay for.
Well, that's crazy, I mean,
that's just, and I guess it's approved. It's got to go through some kind of a system, but Man,
So Sheriff Lewis went out to Valentine's Day dinner 2 times, and taxpayers paid for it. 2 times on this Valentine's Day.
Two
What?
times.
That's
sound
crazy.
And he had the paperwork. Too.
2 times sound crazy.
So Earl, I got somebody that says something that permeates through a lot of comments that I've been getting, and I want you to respond.
Here we go.
Here we go. Eastern Shore Undercover will block people that don't agree with their delivery or presentation of information. What do you have to say to that?
So you could go on the page on the comment from yesterday where I put up the second chance, and I'm arguing with people in there the whole time. I don't agree with everybody, but it's how you deliver it. And, you go in there and call me, names. You call my wife names, and my biggest thing is you just go in there just to cause issues. I just get rid of you because I ain't got time for it. It's no different than if you walk into a 7-Eleven and you throw a apple pie at the clerk. He's going to throw you out of the store.
Exactly. It's private.
It's no different.
And we got a juicy comment right now up there in the top of the screen. I don't know if you can read that, Earl, but it says, Dave Smith says it's called a bribe. And then he also says he gave her a campaign contribution of $3,500. She created an exclusive MOU, which I'm not sure what that is, for his business, and illegally gave him a police scanner.
So this guy's name is Joe. He likes to follow me around. And
so that's like a fake burner account.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Hey, what's up, Joe?
Yeah. And he's he likes to, I'm not even gonna get into about him, but
this is crazy.
It's $3,500. That MOU was offered to every single.
What does MOU
outlet.
stand for?
Memorandum of Understanding.
Okay.
So it's basically a policy.
I could use some of that.
So it was actually kind of smart of the county executive by offering that, because by her doing that, she handcuffed me for not being able to say anything negative towards, Mike Lewis, the county council, county executive.
So they gave you guidelines. Nice, so it's like some guidelines you had, some rules you had from the city. And you didn't have to listen to that, did you? You just decided to.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have to do it. I did it because it gave you the opportunity to have the encrypted radio. It was very expensive. I mean, the insurance.
Okay. So they said, we'll give you the encryption, like password or whatever, if you follow our rules.
Yes, you gotta go by our rules.
So if you pick whatever that lady's name is, if that side does something wrong, will you be unbiased in saying what they did wrong?
Good question.
Absolutely. She supported the encryption. I wasn't for that.
Okay.
And I'll give you another example. So, I'm an independent. I think there's crazy people in Republicans. There's crazy people in Democrats. I think, I support whatever best for our community. I don't go by a party affiliation. But I supported Julie with the $3,500 that they're talking about. But I also, give an example, if Josh Hastings, who is a Democrat, if he were to run again, I would probably support Josh because I think he's good for this community. So I would support a Democrat and I would support a Republican. So that, to me, it doesn't really matter. It's whatever was best for the community is going to do most for the people.
What do you think about Jermichael? What is your stance on him running for mayor?
I
had him on the podcast. He's been on our podcast.
Yeah, I don't really know him. I met him twice. I shot the Governor's Challenge back in the day. It's been a couple years, but that's the only time I've ever met him. I don't really know him at all.
Okay, so you don't know his politics.
He's a cool guy. He kind of got smoked in the race, but he's a cool guy. I like him.
He got smoked?
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah. He kind of got smoked, but I like him. He was on our podcast.
We ain't show up. If you want to know that God's honest truth, we ain't show up. But that's another story.
It was really bad.
Oh yeah, and Dave Smith is back. He says, "Ask Earl why he had to give back the scanner to the sheriff's office." Smiley face.
I didn't have to give back that scanner. I did it on my own because it was a pain in the ass to deal with all the nonsense.
Wow.
Look, everybody keeps saying, you and Mike Lewis said it in the council meeting. Oh, he needs that. It's a stream of money. I can post about a cricket running across the damn rod, and it's going to get 100 comments.
Damn,
pop
hear
that.
Talk that.
Man, pop your shit.
Yeah. They can have that radio. I don't need it.
And sorry this interview's taking so long. Hopefully you're okay on time.
I'm having fun. You're good.
Because something else that I thought was really interesting, you said your dad used to, back in the day, used to sit up listening to these scanners. So it kind of runs in the family. Like it's kind of in your blood because your dad used to do the same thing.
Grandfather.
Oh, grandfather. So
my grandfather was a crabber down on in Lusby, Maryland, and he would have his little radio sitting there blaring. Nobody could hear anything in the house. He would hear that radio.
I have a real question for you. Here we go. Right?
Sure.
Let's say that for mayor of Salisbury, It's a black man, and I want you to be honest. It's a black man. His name is Pep.
His name's Earl Campbell.
Right? He's from the Eastern Shore. He's from Salisbury. He does a lot of great, I feel, this is my feeling. His name is Pep, right? He does a lot of great things in our community. He did a what was the thing in the projects? It was 4th of July. I forgot what it was.
I think so. Yeah.
4th of July. Man, he brought so many people out, and it was out of pocket. He don't do it for like clout or nothing like that. None of this stuff, right? Then yesterday he did like haircuts and all the stuff, thing, right? Yeah. However, he's not traditional. What I mean by that is, and everybody's gonna hate when I say it, but I don't care. I don't care.
You're like me, man.
He's like Trump. He's not a political person. You know how Trump isn't political? He just says what he want. He got the money to say what he want. And if you talk something, he knows your skeletons in your closet, right? I'm not saying Pep's like that, but I'm saying, right? So if a guy who's not traditional, who comes from the community, understands the community, like Pep, if he comes to run for government and he has the power of the people behind him, would you endorse a person like that?
Absolutely, without question. Because that's what the community needs. They need people that are going to have a backbone, not that are going to be worried to the dollar in their pocket.
Yeah, I like it. I like this guy.
Who you voting for, Earl?
Who am I voting for?
Yeah, who you voting for?
Oh, listen, y'all gonna I will 100% vote for Trump.
Boom.
And it has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with man or woman or the color of their skin. This is what I'll tell you. Take 2 pieces of paper, put them over top of both of them.
Seriously.
And look at their policies.
The policies speak for themselves, man.
What is that thing that they say to Trump, but the whole time they said it wasn't even his? That thing that I forgot.
There's a lot of stuff like that. We call it fake
2024 or some whatever it was. But they said that wasn't even his thing.
Oh, the 2025 stuff. I don't even know what that means.
Project 2025.
Something they said he didn't even do that or whatever. This is what I know about Trump.
He's gonna fix the economy up,
I know that when he was president, I had a couple $.
Absolutely.
That's what I know, right? And I don't know about Kamala Harris. I don't really know too much about her stuff.
She hasn't done many interviews, and not a lot of people know much.
Yeah, but I know she's more alive than old dead man.
Yeah. When in terms of oldness and youngness, yeah. I mean, Trump's going to be the oldest candidate ever.
She definitely has a better chance than Biden ever had.
That man missteps and turn around and keep turning around. I don't know. But him and Mitch McConnell need to go ahead and go to the upper room.
And we got another good comment for you. Bushido Blaze says, "Hey, I appreciate Earl. He let me know where to be and where not to be and what the hell's going on. Dead ass."
Thanks.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
So you're getting a lot of support.
And he was true. He posted something about a fly up there before, and that's true. I did post about a fly, and it got like 300 comments, and I was like, goodness gracious.
No way. What did you post about a fly? Did a fly rob a bank or something? What happened?
I don't remember what it was. I think the guy it was in the Ocean City Police Department. He was in booking, and he got bit by a fly, and he swore he had to go to the hospital, going to lose a finger or something.
Those horse flies can be mean and vicious, man. I tell you.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, are you a Chicago White Sox fan?
No, I just like black hats. That's it.
They played my Orioles today.
Oh, you're an Orioles guy, huh?
I'm from Maryland, so I remember Palmero. What was it? Palmero? Rafael Palmero. With the mustache, Eddie Murray. What's his name? Eddie Murray?
Yep.
Cal Ripken. The one what was the guy that he was really good, but he was on with the ball, and then the guy with the glasses caught the damn ball.
I remember that one.
Oh, Mike Devereaux.
Mike Devereaux. See, yeah, man.
He's down here at Shorebirds now. He's a coach down here.
Wow, that's dope.
Man, I used to have an Eddie Murray signed baseball.
He was a big guy.
Yes.
Pause.
Yep.
You didn't say pause, so that's how I know that you're.
Yeah, I really got through all my questions, but I did want to bring up the fact that it seems like on Facebook locally, the locals just complain about everything, and it drives me crazy. God. And I know you're at the forefront of that. Like, for instance, the last 3 posts I saw, like, I guess on WBOC, one was Salisbury's getting 2 new dispensaries. absolutely nothing but negative comments. And then there was another post. Salisbury University is dropping $100 million on a performing arts center. Literally nothing but negative posts. Does that drive you crazy too, man?
It does. You have no idea. Like, it would make me no happier if Facebook got rid of comments altogether. It'd make my life a whole lot. I have hair. I mean, it's crazy. It's the worst thing ever. But
because something else that ties into that for me is the fact that it's private businesses and stuff like that. Well, I guess SU is a public university, but they have their own money and they can do what they want with it.
No, we're not in 1983.
Yeah,
we are growing and expanding, and our university needs to be big.
And Tyree, let me get your opinion. So SU wants to spend $100 million and build a performing arts center downtown Salisbury. What wrong can you find with that?
None, because I'm an artist and I love art. So that Ross building don't need to be the biggest. We need to go bigger.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah.
We need to go bigger. Pause.
That's fine.
Pause.
This is not doing pause. We need to go. We need to expand. I feel we need to go further back and further up that way and build it up.
Yeah, I mean, SU is really doing that. And I just find, like, Earl, do you have anything negative about the Performing Arts Center? Because maybe I am missing something, and you are way more tapped in and way more knowledgeable than me. So, like,
the only thing I'll tell you I can see a problem with is parking.
Yeah, but we do have that parking garage that nobody uses because these locals right here, these country locals around here are so terrified about going into that parking garage. It just sits there vacant.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing I could see being an issue is the parking. Other than that, I'm all for it.
Yeah, I think the parking garage is going to take care of it pretty well. But yeah, I'm an optimist. Like, I'm an optimist at fault sometimes. I'm always looking on the bright side. I can't wait to see all the new stuff. Yeah.
When we do music and you just be like, oh, it's kind of good. That shit trash.
Hey, music reviews coming soon, guys. I know you're waiting for them. Music reviews coming soon. And you guys got anything else for Earl? He's been so kind. He did over an hour for us. He did over an hour.
Appreciate.
And you said 15 minutes.
Yeah,
he did. Thank you. I just want to say, brother, as a content creator to a content creator, I just want to say, man, just keep doing your stuff. Just be mindful that these people aren't coming to all the time be negative. They're taking up for their sons, their nephews, their cousins, and so not all the time delete it, or if you're going to delete that, delete what came before that. You understand what I'm saying? If you can. That's my only thing.
Yes. Yeah. And look, if anybody ever has an issue, if anybody thinks, hey, look, that was the wrong, you shouldn't have got rid of that, shoot me a message before anybody assumes things. Because like you said, it may not have been me. I can't control Big Brother.
Yeah. So. Yeah, we can't.
All right, well, Earl, final words from Earl Campbell, owner and operator of Eastern Shore Undercover.
I appreciate you guys having me on, taking the time to talk with me.
Hey, the pleasure's all mine. I mean, thank you so much for helping out my show. I mean, you're the biggest page on the shore. You came on my smaller podcast, and I really appreciate it, sir.
It's what it's all about, man, helping each other out.
All right, guys, that's Earl Campbell. Make sure you follow his page, Eastern Shore Undercover.
You guys have a good night.
All right, brother.
All right, that was kind of fun.
It was really good.
That was crazy, man. That was great.